Welcome from around the world. This is Weekly Insights with me, Dorothy Attema. From my previous video, you know that I'm going through grief, and I'm going through trying to make sense of my grieving process after losing my father last year, after losing my friend last month, and just a few weeks on 6th of September 2021, losing my mother-in-law. So I'm in this process of trying to understand my grieving process. And today I would like to talk about myths we have about grieving and give you the facts about grieving. There's so much misconception about grieving, and especially if you come from a background which doesn't mourn openly or discuss about grief. Grief is often misunderstood, despite the fact that it is really widespread. And these misconceptions can make people who are in grief feel hopeless and confused, or it can even push them towards depression. And family and friends can get confused and even get upset by feelings and behaviors, unexpected behaviors of the bereaved. Therefore, it's very important to understand about the myths so that we focus on the facts. Why? Because once we know the facts, we can really find comfort and really authentically, once you know the facts, you're not afraid of being judged. You authentically can express your heart. You authentically can be yourself and express your grief, which will bring you into a healthier way of healing from your grief. So let's look at these myths. I came across, in this process that I'm going through of grieving, I came across very outrageous myths. I'm going to mention first the outrageous myths, which I won't even bother to explain because they're outrightly wrong. And then later I'm going to give a few myths and facts. The most outrageous one was that if you cry, if you cry during grieving, you only make it worse. Really? Another outrageous one was saying, if you are struggling a lot with grieving, it's because you don't have enough faith. Really? Another one was saying that if you talk about it more, if you talk about your loss, you only make it worse. Really? I mean, that's not rocket science. That is so wrong. That is just a myth. That is not true. In fact, if you talk about it, it gets better. If you cry, it's your way of letting out your grief, and it will bring you faster to your healing. Another one that was so outrageous, I thought, is the one that said that grieving is such a terrible emotion, sort of like to be avoided. Really, you know, grief is not an emotion, it's a process of healing. Another outrageous one I had is, if I never get through this loss, I'll never be happy. Many people who have lost very dear people, a child, a spouse, a partner, a friend, they will tell you they move on and they get happy again. Yes, we don't forget those people we love, but we do get happy again. So that's really a myth, and that is really not true. And the last one I'm going to give you out of my outrageous package of myths is one that says that, oh, if I didn't feel the loss this year, if I didn't get hurt this year, that's the end of it. I will not hurt next year. I will tell you, there are people who didn't grieve, who didn't feel the hurt in the beginning when they lost somebody precious or somebody very close to them. And later on in life, they've had to have the grief. They've had to let out the grief. So it is a myth to think because you didn't feel the hurt and you didn't grieve this year that you will not grieve next year or in future. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like button to show that you liked it. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button and hit on the notification button so that you get to be the first to know when we have a new release of the weekly insights.